Hi boys and girls, it's Shane. This is the house that went viral because it was completely trashed. We're finally ready to get working on it. You can see my red face and all the sweat. It's 108 degrees today, heat index 42 if you're in a country that's never landed anyone on the moon. And before we get really started cleaning up this house, we've got a couple things we have to do. The smell is still absolutely terrible. If you recall, the kitchen had the rotting meat in it, and you can still see kind of what's left of the rotten meat that exploded there, and it's just disgusting. Back here was the room that presumably dogs were locked in, and they clawed their way into the floor. And this was the bed that was covered in feces. There was actually a whole pile of feces under the bed that the bed was sitting on top of that they then, well, what we have here is a thermostat problem. So this thermostat was here. I've already taken it off, and it was loaded with roaches and had gone bad. So I can't cool this house off. And at this temperature, there is no way I'm going to run that machine in 108 degree heat index weather without AC going. So we need to remove this old thermostat, and we're going to install a new one. I just picked this up for $25. This is a very easy fix. This is something that you can do. You don't need to be afraid of these things. They're not high voltage. It's something you can mess with. So before I mess with the thermostat, it's important that I pull out the, ooh, that's a little wasp nest there. Doesn't look active. I pull this piece out. Look at that. Glad those aren't alive. That cuts the power to the unit, so the unit no longer has any power. We're gonna unplug or turn off this unit, depending on if you have a switch or a plug. I'm just starting by removing the screws on either side of this old thermostat. Then we're going to loosen the screws where all the wires connect here. So there's these little bitty screws right in there. This screwdriver is too big. This is a number 2. I need a smaller one. Fortunately, this is my semi-automatic assault screwdriver. It's got this high capacity to it, so I can just look around here till I find the bit that I need. There we go. Now we have a smaller Phillips bit on the end, and I think that one's going to fit in there much better. Oh yeah, that's going to be perfect. So each one of the screws with a wire, I'm just going to loosen the screw that's there. Those are what's going to be holding it in, okay? I'm also going to pay attention to which wire is in which thing, because sometimes bad installers won't necessarily put the yellow wire where the Y is, or the green wire where the green is. Sometimes guys mix this up. I know it's hard to imagine, but we live in an imperfect world, and when somebody does something different, you need to make a note of it so you can adjust the next thermostat to be different. So other landlords take note. I'm cleaning this with some alcohol. I'm not just painting over it. I'm cleaning it and disinfecting it. This is an important step, and it's not that hard. So the new one is very similar. We have these little spots here where the screws go into. That's where the wires are going to plug underneath. And we're just going to screw all that down. Then we'll screw it to the wall. Then we'll connect that part over the top of it, and we'll have us a new thermostat. So now we have all the screws put into the correct colors and tightened down. Let's screw this to the wall. So now batteries are in. This should just snap on here. Oops, upside down. Let's turn it over where it's turned the correct way. And this might be confusing. We need to peel off the sticker so we're not reading two different sets of numbers, because there we go. Let's turn her down. And if you're surprised right now and thinking, oh no, the fan isn't coming on, none of these things are happening, what do I need to do? Remember, you turned the power off. So we turned the power back on. Mama came back. Apparently that nest was still alive. I don't want to interact with this very much, but I have to plug this back in. Please don't sting me, Mama. Please don't sting me. I'll have to come spray. You do not like me. I get it, I get it, I get it. So it's only 85 degrees in here right now. Let's make sure everything comes on. So we got the fan coming on. I got the temperature set. If we can get it down to like 74 in here, that'll be amazing. So let's see what happens. So I've heard the unit come on, and I can see it spinning outside the window. It looks like it's spinning in slow motion, but that's just a trick of the camera. All right, that was an easy $25 fix. Now we've got one more thing we need to take care of, and that's the stink in here, because it stinks so bad still. Now for the problem of the stink, I'm going to use this ozone generator. I just turn it on, and it's going to start making ozone immediately. I'm going to set it to a timer, so I'm going to let this thing go for about 2 hours in here. So ozone is going to, I can already smell it. It's going to get into all the pores and all the crevices in this space and help to remove the stink. These things work really good.